we ready to do a podcast?
Let us podcast.
Let's cast some pods, y'all.
Some podding casting.
We'll cast the pod into the water.
You sounded like a King of the Hill character there for a second. I don't know why.
So I've been watching the World Cup because that's what you do.
No, that's what you do.
That's what people do. And one of the commentators yesterday sounded just like a World Cup. I'm sorry, it sounded just like a King of the Hill character. It was so weird. He was like,
if he sounded like Boomhauer, I would watch the full.
No, he sounded kind of like the dad in it.
Damn it, Bobby.
It was really strange because the other guy was like, he was like the color commentator, and so he'd come on. It was all this kind of like weird, kind of rednecky sounding. I'm like, this is real strange.
That show's so good.
The World Cup?
No, King of the Hill.
I want to say that I heard that they're talking about bringing it back.
Really?
Which would be
that's
awesome.
what's in right now.
I know. Unless you're Roseanne.
Yeah. I've not seen a lot of it. I've seen enough of it.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Kathy and Jimmy played the mother.
Who?
Kathy and Jimmy. She was the big nun in Sister Act.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of any show that just has Chuck Mangione in it as a character.
Which one is he?
He's the guy who plays flugelhorn in it.
Is flugelhorn?
It's like a trumpet.
Yeah, I know what a flugelhorn is.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that plays flugelhorn in King of the Hill?
I don't know. Chuck Mangione is literally a character in King of the Hill.
Oh. For whatever reason, that's not sounding familiar to me. I don't know why.
It is a thing.
Interesting. I hope my microphone's all right.
I don't know what.
It looks weird. The waveform
Do you
that I'm
need
getting
to
is
stop it
weird.
and play it back so you know?
No, I think it's okay. It's just my waveform keeps going up and down, and I'm not sure what exactly is going on here.
Is it in perfect time to when you're talking?
Okay, should we talk about some of the video game stuff?
Let's do it.
Okay, welcome to the Byte Me Podcast, episode 83. We are now supported on Patreon.
Whoop, whoop.
What? My name's Adam West.
Cliff Johnson.
The Dylan.
Dylan. All right, this week we have got some news for you. EA announces Origin Access Premiere and eventually a new streaming platform, which seems to be the thing. Microsoft has 5 new first-party studios. That's kind of exciting.
That's really big. We talked about it a little last time, but we'll talk about it again.
Sea of Thieves is getting 2 new expansions. Maybe one of them will actually have something to do. Prey is getting tons of new modes and DLC. God of War is adding a new Game Plus mode. Black Ops 1 and 2 maps are coming to Black Ops 3 and 4.
A lot of numbers in this, isn't it?
And Destiny 2 Forsaken got a release date gameplay trailer as well, and Nintendo reveals the Pokeball Plus, which I thought they kind of revealed a little bit in that original trailer for Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
Did they?
Yeah, they showed it. That thank God you couldn't see me on video right now doing the thing with my hand.
For the best.
And also something else that's not in here, but I'm going to mention it. What is the PlayStation Now is rumored to possibly be moving towards downloading content to your system instead of streaming it. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. Also, questions this week from Vinny. Twice?
Yeah, Vinny again.
Yeah, okay.
We skipped him last week.
Yeah, it's fine. Eddie, John, Justin, and Captain Insano6. Plus some cheap free game stuff.
Yay.
No troll corner.
No, not yet.
That's fine.
Not yet, anyway.
But first, we start with what we're playing. Who wants to go first?
I will.
Okay.
So I think last week I finished Ori, and so I've been kind of trying to figure out what I want to play next. And haven't really settled on anything yet.
Okay.
So
it's funny. One of these I almost settled on last night on my Game Pass.
Which one?
I almost downloaded. Are they both Game Pass games?
Elder Scrolls Online?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Game Pass game. You should.
Well, yeah, I know that one is, but
none of the other two are. You should get it because it's fun, and I'm playing it, and my brother's playing it, and Kevin's playing it, and my kid's playing it, and so we got a bunch of people playing it. It's I don't know if it's the best MMO I've played, but if you if you have a hankering for that kind of Skyrim feel where you're leveling up and doing quests and fighting orcs and whatever, it's definitely not bad. It's a little bit janky, but not in a terrible way.
I don't think there's any MMO that's not a little bit janky in some way.
Yeah. And mostly it's just like sometimes your quests don't always match up. And if you have if you like, all of us started different races of characters just kind of because we just went and created stuff, and so our starting points aren't all the same, and so you like go to somewhere else, you don't have any quests there, and it's it's a little bit weird, but I think it'll all, like, if you kind of push through the first couple hours, I think it'll be pretty, it's good. I think once we hit level 10, you can start a guild, so maybe we'll start a guild.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So definitely, so it's part of Games Pass now. It is huge. It's a 90 gig download, so make sure you have a lot of space and a lot of time. Wow. But they just released a new expansion for it, or releasing a new expansion for it, and there's already the Morrowind expansion, I believe. So
do you have to pay for the expansions, or
yes.
does that come with?
No, you'll have to buy the expansions. Okay. But there's no monthly fee for it. I think you can, like, they have like a Crowns store, which is their buyable content store, so you can actually buy crowns and then buy things with crowns. Okay. But besides that, it's entirely free, and it's a lot of fun. It's pretty high quality so far anyway, so I'm enjoying that. I'm also playing Moonlighter, which the developer actually gave to us for free to review, and it's cool. It's I've only played it for like maybe an hour and a half so far. I keep meaning to get back to it and just haven't. But it's a really cool mix of like Animal Crossing and Zelda. Which sounds really strange. Like, Adam's giving me the like one eyebrow raise eye, but the entire idea of the game is that during the day you run a shop in this town. Mm-hmm. And sell things. And maybe actually I should start over. At night, you go into these caves by your house and search for treasure. You fight monsters and open chests and get treasure. And then during the day, you take that stuff back to your store and sell it in your store. And like part of the game is like setting the prices. Like, you found this weird thing. How much are people willing to pay for that? And so you say, like, I don't know, 50 gold. And people will come in and look at it and either go like, oh yes, that's a good price, I'm willing to pay that. Or they'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting such a good deal on this. Or like, oh, that's way too expensive. And then you have to adjust your prices from there. And then you take your money and help build out the town. So like, I made some money, and so I could hire a blacksmith to come to town, so I could have someone who would make swords for me, to make it so I could fight better in the caverns and the dungeons at night, so I could make more money. And so it's just this big loop of finding stuff and then selling it during the day, and then using that money to buy better stuff so you can fight more at night. And it's really fun. And there's all sorts of people in the town that you can talk to, and it's a really interesting game loop.
Now, is it out?
It is out now. Okay. It is on PC, I believe, Xbox and PS4 as well. Oh, nice. It would be a perfect Switch game. Let me double check that, actually. It would be an amazing Switch game, but I don't think it is out on the Switch yet. So
that would be nice, because I've been playing a lot of my Switch.
Right? Yeah.
So that's kind of my place.
A little bit at PAX, didn't we?
We did play it at PAX. Okay. Yep, that's where I first saw it. So let's see. Yeah, it is Windows 10. So Steam, PS4, and Xbox One, and then it's available on, you can get it at GOG, you can get it at the Humble Store, you can get it at Windows 10. So hopefully it comes out on the Switch, because it would be the perfect game for the Switch. But it's great on all those other platforms too, and it seems like it was fairly cheap, I think.
And what's the art style of it is kind of
very pixely.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's a pixel game. Let me see if I can get the price on this.
Right, it looks very much like Zelda.
Yeah, it's
like
got a very like Link
Zelda.
to the Past kind of. Yeah, so it's $20. It looks like it's $20 across the board.
$20 is like, I love this new $20 price point that so many games are coming out on.
Well, this game's like a good length for $20 too. It's like 12 hours ish.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying Moonlighter so far. So it's definitely, I streamed the first bit of me playing it, so you can go to our YouTube page. There's a stream of it if you want to see what it looks like. And I'm definitely going to stream it more, but it's got to cool down a little bit, because my office is way, 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 way too hot at night to stream in. So
nice.
And then last but not least, I'm playing West of Loathing again.
You playing that on the Switch?
PC, actually.
Okay.
I bought that at PAX, and we've talked about it before, but just never finished it. It's super fun. I was telling Dylan, I think the only downside of that game is I wish it's like a 6 or 7 hour game, and I wish it was like a 3.5 hour game. Because I'm enjoying it. I really am. And it's funny, and like, it's not even like that. It like has a good start and then gets kind of boring in the middle and then ends badly. It's just like so consistently funny through the entire thing, though, that it almost feels kind of grindy, because it's just good. It's good. But I almost kind of wish that I could just go like, hey, it's good. It's done. So we'll see. I'll probably finish it off. Probably, I don't know, if I get back to Moonlighter, it might take a little while longer, but it's a fun game. Definitely worth the $10 I paid for it. I think it's normally 15. So
nice.
That's me.
Dylan, are you playing anything?
Yeah, I played a little chess.
Like real chess or like
my phone?
Battle chess?
Like Mac chess?
Yeah. Do you remember Battle Chess? Like, did you ever play that when you were younger?
I think it was on the Nintendo platform.
Probably. I played it on early PC, maybe? Yeah. Like PC in the 90s.
And the pieces, like, fight each other. It was super cool.
I don't know why I don't know why that didn't become, like, the monopoly of things where you have Battle Chess X Edition where the other things would fight each other. Anyway.
I'd be into it.
Right?
I loved Lego chess. Like, that was my favorite chess game.
I never saw that.
It came out like 98, I think. But it was literally like a Western, like the Western Legos that you're familiar with, like the little cowboys and stuff, and on their horses or whatever, and then they'd move around the board, and then you'd be like, there'd be a little like cinematic battle sequence.
Do they shoot each other?
Yeah, I kind of like, or just like whack each other, or cannons and stuff, and it was neat. It was really fun for a kid that was into Legos. I've always really liked chess, but I just kind of wanted to play some chess. And if you don't have friends to play on your physical chessboard, then I guess a phone works pretty well. So I kind of like started playing chess again. I'm going to start doing that.
Nice. I like chess a lot. I'm not great at it, but.
Is that the only game you've played?
It's been really nice outside.
I know it's been really nice outside. That's why I've been avoiding it.
Yeah,
it's really hard to play video games right now.
I know. It's like right now the weather in Seattle is so perfect. Like it's on the warm side of perfect, but it's still perfect.
Yeah, and if you're like, oh, it's way hotter here, it's like in Washington, you don't have AC generally. So
I do.
If your bedroom is on the second floor where your video games are, it's generally very hot baking in the sun. So it's just uncomfortable to be in that room. So I don't go in there until late at night. So that would be my time to play games. And I don't give myself that much time.
I hate to complain about it when it's like 83, 85 out, but that means it's like 80 inside my house. It's pretty awful.
It's not super comfortable.
Scott Benson.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Anyways. We've got floor to ceiling windows in our living room.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's like, and it's on the northwestern side of the house.
Yeah.
So during the summer, between
bakes.
like 3:30 and 7, it's just the sun is right there.
That's
exactly how my house is.
Yeah.
So thankfully you've got the EcoBee thing with like different sensors in different rooms for the thermostat. So I'm like,
that's cool.
It might be 89 million degrees in the surface of the sun in my living room.
Yeah.
But it's like a very cool and lovely, like 68.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, my living room is same thing. It's west facing, big windows. My bedroom's west facing, big windows. Ooh. So you do what you are. Scott Benson, who is the animator and one of the developers on Night in the Woods, last night posted that he's one of those people that has a seasonal affective disorder.
Oh yeah,
but in the summer,
I'm the exact same way.
Right? I'm like, ugh, summer. Blah. Right? Why couldn't it start raining again?
Right? Yeah, I'm happiest when it's like dark and gloomy. And raining and chilly and cold. I love it.
I want to wear a hoodie. I want to
I like the sun. I like the summer, but for whatever reason, I get that the SADS is what it's called, and I get the seasonal affective disorder anywhere from like the middle end of July to about the beginning of October. So
I just get so sick of the heat after a while. And I think the thing is, if I had AC in my house, I think it would be better. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, it's miserable sitting in your own house and sweating.
I wonder if some of my seasonal depression comes from the fact that I feel so guilty for not going outside and enjoying it.
Could be.
Probably. It's so nice outside. And it's like, it's Seattle nice. Therefore, it's completely reasonable outside. It's not even hot and sweaty. And like the sun's out.
Reasonable.
You can go you could go play some basket hoops or something.
Basket hoops? Sports ball.
The shooty hoops?
Sports ball.
Yeah. Sports ball.
Either way, I'll stay inside and play video games.
Seriously. Some games I'm playing. So I downloaded Fallout 4 on Game Pass.
Nice.
Because I played it. What?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I played it on the PS4 when we got it, but I never got that far into it just because there was a whole lot to it.
Yeah.
And when I got it, I really wasn't into the first person thing all that much.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of threw me off and put me off, but I still wanted to try it. Anyway, it's one of the Xbox One X enhanced games on Game Pass, so I'm going to give it another go because it's supposed to be gorgeous now. And I'm looking forward to that. I downloaded the 52 gig.
Yeah, it's a big one. I downloaded that one too. I downloaded The Division as well.
Oh, yeah? Great.
On Xbox.
Now, Fallout 4... you had a Fallout 3
I was going to say Fallout 3 story, yeah. So do you want to finish your games first?
No, go ahead. I'll come back to it.
So I played Fallout 3 like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It might have actually been before I moved here, and played through it. I'm like, oh, this game's cool, and got pretty far into it. And I keep a list of games that I want to beat. And Fallout 3's on there. I'm like, I want to play Fallout 4 because it's on Games Pass now. I'm like, I should beat Fallout 3. And it was a little bit of a pain because my save file was actually on my Xbox 360, which I don't have hooked up anymore. So I had to hook up my Xbox 360, and then I had to go through all these updates because my 360 hadn't been updated in, 2 years. Had to find a network cable because there aren't wireless adapters on the Xbox 360, which I completely forgot about.
Oh, there aren't?
No, yeah. So it doesn't have Wi-Fi built into it. You either had to get an adapter or plug it in. So I had to just bring a cable to it, got all updated so I could get my 5 megabyte file off my Xbox 360, pushed it up to the cloud. And that's actually one thing that I really like is I could just push it up to the cloud. And then when I started my, so Fallout 3 is on Games Pass as well. Downloaded. Oh no, it's actually not. I thought it was, but it's not. Apparently I own it for some reason. I don't know if it was a Games with Gold game or whatever, but I own it digitally. But it's a
backwards compatible game.
It is a backwards compatible game. So started up, my cloud file will sync down automatically, which I love, and load it up. And I'm like, okay, so where am I? Because I haven't played this game in 3 or 4 years. And so I look up a FAQ and they're like, okay, so you're on the last mission. I'm like,
the very
really?
last mission of the game.
Literally, it took me 15 minutes to beat it. So I beat Fallout 3.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a big accomplishment.
You've done more in that game than I have.
The funny thing is that's actually the way I've beat the last 2 big Bethesda games, because I did the exact same thing with Skyrim, where I just okay, I'm a little burned out on Skyrim. I'm going to put it away. And then came back 6 months later. I'm like, okay, where am I? I'm the last mission.
You're done.
Done.
It's so funny.
Right?
I did the same thing with Skyrim for sure.
I need to get more into those.
Beat Fallout 3. Boom.
Yeah, and I'm going to play Fallout 4.
Do it.
I also downloaded, because I've got EA Access.
Yes.
I downloaded a game called Dead Space.
Nice.
Dead Space is great.
I have never played Dead Space, and I keep hearing how it's one of the scariest games.
You're going to squeal like a little girl.
You should have heard me last night. So first of all, I want to say that it's a 360 game, backwards compatible, but 360 games, they're all up-resed and all kinds of stuff now with the power of the One X. First of all, let's talk about this game, the fact that it's 10 years old. Backwards compatible, up-resed, whatever. It looks incredible.
Same with Fallout 3.
Some of the animation is a little, you can tell that the animation itself is from then, but the textures and the environments and some of the effects that you're seeing with this extra power is ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks great.
Creeps the crap out of me. I screamed, I don't know. And I'm only I think I played for 2 hours.
You probably saw 3 enemies the whole time you played too. You're
and that's the thing about that game is that game's have you noticed that game's environmentally terrifying?
Yeah,
you walk into a room, you're like, there's a bad guy in here.
Atmospheric.
Yeah. And then you walk, there's not a bad guy. And then you walk into the next room, you're like, there's got to be a bad guy in here. Yeah. And then there's not. And then you walk into the next room, there's not a bad guy there. And then you walk back into the room you're in, and there's a bad guy behind you. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, the tight camera work over the guy's shoulder. It's not super tight, but it's a little tighter than what you're used to in Gears of War or The Division or something like that, where that one's pulled back just enough to where you can see a bit more.
Yep.
But this one, it's a very claustrophobic kind of camera.
And one of my favorite things they did in that game was there's no heads-up display. There's no HUD.
Yep.
Everything is shown on your character. So all your ammo, your life, whatever it is, there's oxygen in some cases, I think. So there's all these different meters, but you see them in different lights or meters on your character model. So there's literally nothing on the screen that's distracting from the environment.
They're very clearly right there.
Is it his health that runs down the back of his spine?
So his suit's it's called a rig.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade it and blah, blah, blah. But the health goes right. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's my health meter right there.
I love that the weapons in that aren't weapons either, that they're scavenged mining equipment that he uses.
Like a plasma cutter.
Yeah,
because you're a pulse rifle.
Because you're just but you're really just a mechanic on the ship.
But I think the pulse rifle is actually a pulse rifle that they use for mining things.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, but it's really, really cool, and it's really, really creepy. It's legit scary. I like the scenes where you're in another room and you could see the NPCs, the people you flew in with, or the other people that are stuck on the ship, in another room, a room or two away, through glass panes, and you can see what's going on, and you could just watch them get decimated by these things, or you see all this story playing out around you. It's really, really great.
It's good. It's really good.
So yeah, if you've got an Xbox and you don't have EA access, you should probably do that because Dead Space is on there and it's great. All the Dead Space games are on there.
Yeah, I've only played the first one, but I heard the second one's good and the third one was okay. But man, the first one was maybe enough. I'll be honest.
It's great. So like I said, I downloaded Fallout 4. I'm going to play that. I'm still playing Beats and Just Shapes and Beats on my Switch. I don't know when that game is going to end. It just seems like there's a ton of stuff on there, so that's really cool. $20, music-based, like bullet hell kind of game. So play that if you haven't. I'm getting made fun of by Kevin for playing Fallout Shelter. We went down to Portland last weekend because I had a gig down there, and I woke up, I think, Saturday morning, severely hungover. And before I did anything, it was like, what do you want to do for lunch? Where do you want to go? I'm like, hang on. I got to check my shelter. I was like, are you serious? Yep. Got to save them. Oh, there's a radiator attack. Oh, I'm low on water. Oh, there's a rad roach attack. Crap. So
that's funny.
So there's that. And I'm also, what else was there? I'm playing the Pokemon Go.
Oh, sure.
Or not, is it not Pokemon Go?
The new Square one?
Yeah. What is that?
I don't remember. Pokemon cute Square game for the Switch.
Yeah.
It's
okay. I can't wait for it to come to mobile because I feel like that's where it's
gonna shine.
Yeah. And I think that's it.
I like it.
That's what we're playing.
Some good stuff.
Yeah. Good games. So real quick, let's talk about the fact that we have a Patreon now.
Let's do that. We can thank our Patreon people too.
Yeah, let's do it.
Should we do that first?
Yeah, let's thank them.
Perfect. Our wonderful Patreon producer level sponsors are, let's see, Alan Schult, Vinny Champa, Joe Cole Jr., and Kevin Schold. We've got Schult and Schold kind of bookmarking there. I like it.
Ooh, yay.
Not related, spelled differently.
Congrats, guys. Thank you. Well, I don't know why I'm congratulating you. I'm saying congrats to us. Yay, people like us.
Yeah, no, we really appreciate it. Your backer rewards will be going out shortly to everyone that is backing us.
Ooh.
I know, right?
I've seen some. They'll find out.
Yeah, they'll find it. There is something there for our first 6 producer level backers. There will be something that is not mentioned in the rewards on our Patreon that you will be getting. It's not like the most exciting in the world, but it's special and fun.
Nice.
There are only 10 of them ever made, which makes them sound a lot cooler than they are. And I might have more made. Well, who knows? But anyway, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Anyway, coming soon.
If you want to be a backer of our show, what can they do?
You can go to patreon.com/ByteMePodcast and sign up. We've got 4 different levels ranging from $1 a month to $10 a month, and that's all going to just get pushed back into the show. Help us buy things like more stickers, and maybe we'd really, really, really like to go to E3.
That would be super fun.
Yeah, so it would be awesome if we could go to E3 next year and make that happen. So give you some in-depth, in-person reporting from E3.
Yeah, and now one of the cool things too is no matter what level you go with, you will always get access to our shows before anybody else does.
So today is Tuesday, and so all of you lucky Patreon people actually hear this on Tuesday. Oh no, today Tuesday?
Yeah, today's Tuesday.
Holy crap, today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So 2 days early.
Yeah. So there's that.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Boom.
Also, we're a Humble Bundle partner. If you'd like to help support us that way as well, and some great charities, go to bytemepodcast.com/humble. We've always got the latest and greatest, newest stuff from Humble Bundle posted there. Yep. And if you become a subscriber to the Humble Bundle monthly, we'll get a $10 kickback from that.
It's good stuff.
So check that out.
Adam subscribes. We're not just pushing that because it makes us money. It's good, good stuff.
It's legit. It's some good stuff. So do it.
Cool.
And if you're listening on iTunes, like us, rate us, review us, make more people find us, because we like being popular.
Yes.
Okay. With that, we've covered all the housekeeping stuff. Let's get into. I didn't want to do it, but okay.
You had to.
Housekeeping. We have a whole lot of it to talk about, so let's get into this segment called
News.
Yes, news.
Yes, news. Okay.
You snooze, you lose.
You snooze, you don't get news.
Mm-hmm.
What? Pew, pew. Imaging. All right. So EA Origin Access Premiere, and eventually a new streaming platform is coming from EA.
Yeah, this was announced kind of as part of EA's. It was interesting to me because it was just very almost mentioned in passing during the EA press conference at E3, where they're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, we're working on this new streaming thing." And this is they announced a new streaming thing, Microsoft announced a new streaming thing, and neither of them are like, "Hey, here's what it's called and here's what it's going to launch." But it really does go to that. I've said it a couple times that I think that by 2023, 2024. 2025, like probably not the next iteration of Xboxes and PlayStations, probably coming in 2020, but the one after that
for sure
are probably going to be streaming enabled devices that you just, and they'll probably have one of each. They'll be your downloadable one and your streaming one, or your streaming one that you can also download. Who knows? Who knows what it's going to work out? But with the number of places that have announced a streaming service that they're working on, I think it's just kind of inevitable that at some point in time you're going to be streaming your video games to your computer, your game systems, whatever. So EA did not give a lot of details on that. They didn't really say what it's called or when it's coming, just that it's something they're working on. Microsoft did the exact same thing during their press conference. But what EA3 did announce, EA did announce at E3, is Origin Access Premier, which is for you PC folk. Yeah. It's going to be $100 a year or $15 a month, and it'll give you access to effectively the full EA library. And I don't know exactly what that means, but they're saying it is over 100 games. So in theory, it'll give you access to the Maddens, and it'll give you access to Anthem and all the Battlefield games and the FIFA games and all the other, like I had Origins access for a while, just the cheap one, the like $30 a year one.
Yeah.
And it gave you access to tons of things that you just wouldn't even think of, like, oh yeah, EA did make that. And so this is coming soon-ish. You can sign up now to be kind of notified when it does come out. But if you're a PC gamer and you like EA games, frankly, if you're a PC gamer and you think you might like more than 2 EA games, this will pay for itself every year.
If you think you're going to buy Anthem and Battlefield V, whatever it is, if you think you're going to buy those, you might want to just consider it.
Or Fallout 76, most likely. Or, this is kind of the same as the Game Pass price. It's $100. It's probably worth it. If you like EA and you like their games, there's almost no reason not to do this, because you'll probably save money.
Right.
And maybe find some.
But then it's like, I have to think about Dylan's stance on the whole subscription thing. It's like, here's another subscription.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, look at me. I'm the guy who buys the shiny, bright, new pre-order stuff, and I subscribe to everything.
I probably won't subscribe to this just because it's PC only. But if they bring out an EA Access version of this, I'll 100% spend another $100. It's money, but I'm going to play, I guess maybe more appropriately, is before Game Pass, I would have passed on State of Decay. I may or may not have passed on Sea of Thieves. I definitely would have passed on Crackdown,
you can't say you would have passed on Crackdown, because none of us have gotten a chance to pass on Crackdown.
Yeah, exactly. I won't until next year. But you know what I mean? Like, those are games that I wouldn't have paid. Even State of Decay at $30, I wouldn't have paid for. Right. But for $100 a year, of course I'll play that. And I got, I played it for, 16 hours, and that's awesome. Like, that's plenty. And will I go back to it? Maybe. Who knows? And so that's what I really like about the subscription services, is your ability to play games that you wouldn't have played otherwise.
Right.
And Game Pass is, the number of just dumb games I've played on Game Pass. I never would have played, not Zombie Island. What's it called? Is it Zombie Island? Dead Island. Yeah. I never would have played that, but I played it for like 3 weekends in a row.
And it was super
great.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to play actually more State of Decay over the weekend, but I forgot to mention Kevin and I are playing a game called Let's Remodel the Kitchen.
It's like Overcooked, but with real money.
It's Overcooked with real money and real consequences if we don't agree.
So, one thing that I will say right now, too, and I've been meaning to say this for like the last 2 weeks, but Adam's again giving me that same look.
It's the mom eyebrow.
So if you are a gamer, especially a console gamer, right now you should start putting. If you're a PlayStation or an Xbox person, start putting away $20 a month right now. And if you're a both of those person, put away like $40 a month, because in 2 years, 2 brand new video game systems are coming out. Guaranteed. 2020 is when the Xbox and the PS4, PS5 are going to come out, right? And if you want to be able to buy those and don't want to go like, oh, here's $500, I'm just going to find out of nowhere. If you put do the math, but between like $20 and $50 away a month, you can buy one of those with your mass amount of savings over the last 2 years to buy a new system. And then you don't have to go like, oh man, I really would like to buy that, but it's $500. Or just buy it. But I'm just saying, put $20 away. You have nothing to lose.
You won't even realize it, and then in a year and a half, 2 years, you'll have
a brand new
right there.
Here's your free financial
Xbox
advice.
One Y or a PS5.
Xbox One Y.
I heard that today on Waypoint. I really liked it.
That would be really the Xbox One Y. Because they're Microsoft.
Yeah, but really, literally, $20 a month. You're done.
I'll have to think about that.
You won't do it.
Well, probably not.
No.
Speaking of Microsoft, they've got 5 new first-party studios because they were basically like, we're going to buy some stuff, and we want to buy this.
We went on a shopping spree.
Yes, they did, and they bought some serious stuff.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week, so we can probably not spend a bunch of time on it. But they bought Playground Games, the folks that make Forza Horizon 4, which is interesting. Like, do you guys know how Forza Horizons and Forza real-time racing works?
Nope.
What's the other one called? Forza.
Just Forza.
But it's not. It's actually got a name too.
Well, it used to be Forza Motorsport, but they dropped that.
Did they?
Yeah, after Forza 4, I think, or
whatever.
It's just Forza now.
So you got Forza Horizon, and then you got Forza. Those are actually made by 2 separate companies that share a tech pipeline. So one's in England, Forza Horizon folk are in England, and the other one is here somewhere in the United States. And so like one of them develops their stuff during the day and makes the engine, and the other one does stuff on the engine at night.
So it's just like a 24-hour development house
that make 2 totally separate games. So when
in Forza Horizon zones, 2 cars are simultaneously racing the same track.
Simultaneously, like you're British.
He did, yeah. But we're talking about UK, so like in Forza Horizon 3, when they made the awesome skyboxes, when they did the Australian one, the skies in that game are amazing, and they actually went to Australia and took these huge rigs and spent days just like photographing skyboxes for Forza Horizon 3. So then when I think Forza Motorsports 5 or 6 came out, it had awesome skies because they spent all this time making skies. It's a really interesting like thing. And so I don't know how that works now. That maybe that doesn't change at all, but one of them will be owned by Microsoft and one of them isn't. So interesting. But also they're also the studio who is making Fable 4, most likely. I don't think it's actually been announced, but they're most definitely making Fable 4. So, which will be a Game Pass game now.
Heck yeah.
So, but so will Horizons. So
they also got Undead Labs developer Undead Labs for State of Decay.
Yep.
And Ninja Theory. Now that's the interesting one because Ninja Theory is pretty known for. Well, I mean, they're known for they're just great games, but predominantly on PlayStation, on Sony consoles.
Yeah, honestly, when Senua's Sacrifice came out, I thought that was a PS4 exclusive.
When it came out, it was PS4 and PC.
Oh, and then it came to the Xbox.
Then it came to Xbox. It came to Xbox 6 months after the fact.
So it was actually an exclusive for a while. Yeah.
So, I'm curious to see what they're going to do with.
And they made the DMC game too, right?
DMC. I don't think that was PS4 exclusive, or maybe
but I don't think it was either, but their games have that reputation. Like that's what we talked about last time, is that a lot of video game companies or a lot of consoles will buy what they call like marketing rights to a game. And so it makes it seem as if like, that game is only on, like Red Dead Redemption, it was out on everything, but it seemed like a PlayStation game.
Was it on everything?
I think so. Huh. They got all the, you can buy it now on Xbox anyway, but it makes it feel like, hey, that game's only available over there. Destiny was the same way. Destiny feels like a PlayStation game, even though it's very much not so. So
it looks like previous games from like PS3 era were Heavenly Sword and Enslaved Odyssey.
I forgot about Heavenly Sword.
Which Odyssey to the West were exclusive games, I'm pretty sure.
Well, their games have a very...
I really liked Heavenly Sword too. People complained about that. I thought it was a fun game. It was almost like what are the warrior games like Hyrule Warriors? Based off of the Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, it was just like waves and waves and waves. That's what
I think that
it felt like.
It's interesting too, because to me, there are games that feel like PlayStation games and there are games that feel like Xbox games. And they make games that feel like PlayStation games. So it was really smart for them to make that acquisition, to kind of bring a little bit more of that, like, hey, we've got these cool games too.
Right. And what you said might be interesting. This might be the first time where like a Microsoft owned developer put something out that could eventually be on Sony, on a Sony product. So that'll be kind of cool.
They also bought Compulsion Games.
Which one's that?
Which make We Happy Few. Which is that kind of Bioshocky survival game. You may not have seen it. It's been in early access for quite a while.
I have not seen it.
Looks interesting. But they also started their own studio called, I'm going to forget now, Impulse. I don't know. They're making their own studio, but it's the interesting thing is that it's in Santa Monica, which is where Sony's big development houses are too.
Mm-hmm. Santa Monica Studios, they do the God of War games.
Yep, exactly. And so it's very interesting to be able to say, hey, we're opening a studio and it's going to be big and we're going to dump a ton of money in it. If you want to come make really innovative new games on a cool new platform, we're hiring. And so that may be a kind of like shot across the bow, like, hey, you've worked at Sony for a while. You want to come make cool stuff over here at Microsoft. So
interesting.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Are we done with that one?
Yes.
Okay.
The Initiative. That's what it's called. The Initiative.
Gotcha. All right. Sea of Thieves getting 2 new expansions, hopefully with something to do.
Vinny is very excited about these.
I'm sure they are. They're coming in July, so not far from now, and then again in September. So Cursed Sails is July. Forsaken Shores is in September. Yeah.
The thing I'm most excited about
I need to get back into it so I can play it more. The thing that annoyed me the most was the same enemies every single time.
See, and I think this is what you're going to like, is that I'm not sure which one of these. I think it's the Forsaken Shores update, I think, but don't like quote me on that.
Okay.
Is going to add skeleton driven ships, so you'll be able to have ship to ship combat without having to attack those other guys, and so you'll actually be able to experience that I mean, to me that's one of the funnest parts of Sea of Thieves is like ship to ship combat, and you'll be able to do that by attacking skeleton ships and having skeleton ships attack you.
See, that's cool because I probably got 4 or 5 hours into that game and I never once saw another player's ship.
Really?
Never.
Oh yeah, they're not as. I think I saw a lot more of them in the beta than I do in the not beta post release. Okay. So I'm very excited about skeleton ships, and to me this is kind of like I'm going to play Sea of Thieves the same way I played Destiny, where hey, I got into Destiny, I played a little bit and it was super fun, and I got to the kind of the end of the content and said like, hey, I'll just put this on the shelf for now, and I'm going to wait 6 months and then I'm going to come back and there's going to be all sorts of new stuff to do, and maybe that's in July when Cursed Sail comes out, maybe that's in September when Forsaken Shores comes out, but whenever that happens, I'm able to get back in and play for 15 hours and go like, that was great. And then wait another 6 months. Like, that's fine. Like, I can play ESO in the middle.
Yeah. And if you don't have Game Pass, which is where you can find Sea of Thieves for included in your membership, it's actually on sale right now still.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. For $36 on Amazon, at least it's on sale right now.
It's a good deal.
So you should maybe grab it if you've got an Xbox and you want to play.
It's fun. It really is.
All right. Prey is getting tons of new modes and DLC. I've never played Prey.
I played maybe the first hour of it.
Which is this like? Is this a survival game?
It's kind of like it's kind of a horror element to it. It's got kind of a survival element to it. It's interesting. And I can't speak too much to it because, like I said, I didn't play a lot, but it's also got a lot of that kind of immersive gameplay where, like, hey, I spill some stuff on the ground and then I light it on fire to kill enemies and that kind of thing. You have a lot of, there's a lot of different ways to beat every level. So, I can climb up this wall using my glue gun and go through this door that I couldn't reach any other way. And it's a lot of just like that kind of emergent gameplay. I wasn't super Jones with the content, the combat in it. But it was good enough that I'd like to give it another try. I don't know if the demo really gave me enough to try it out, but they released a ton of stuff for a game that Bethesda had kind of looked like they were just like, well, we set it out and it did okay, and maybe that's the last of it. They are releasing a ton of free stuff. So there's a replayable roguelike called Moon Crash that you're fighting to escape a moon base with a bunch of enemy encounters and loot and challenges and so on and so forth, that changes every single time and has permadeath and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have the season pass, that's $20. There's 3 free updates a story mode, which is a casual way to play the game through narrative, which might be more my jam.
Right.
I wasn't super excited about the combat. I'm such a huge fan of those story mode, kind of like makes everything a little bit easier, makes it just so I can kind of walk through without having to die a bunch. There's a survival mode if you're the opposite end of that, like a huge challenge. And there is also a new game plus. So if you've already beaten it, you can go through again and get new stuff, different stuff, all that kind of thing. And then there's going to be a multiplayer update called Typhoon Hunter that's going to come out this summer. So, and this one actually sounds kind of cool. So the kind of plot of this game is you're fighting these aliens called mimics, and the mimics can become anything. So you'll come into a room and go, it actually has a very Dead Spacey kind of thing, like where you go like, I think there's something in this room. What's out of place? Oh, why is that mug upside down on the desk? And all of a sudden you'll go up to that mug and all of a sudden it turns into these like black face hugging alien critters with all these legs, and they'll just jump right at you and you got to like beat them to death with a wrench. And so it's a game where you are a human, and then the people you're playing against are all mimics. So you have to hunt down the mimics, which sounds pretty cool. And it's going to have a VR mode too. So
wow.
Yeah, they really, for a game, like I said, that I think everyone thought was just like, well, that didn't work.
Wasn't this the game that came out, and wasn't there another game that had Pray for the Gods or something? That was okay.
There was another game called Prey. No, and this is actually not the original. So there was another game owned by Bethesda called Prey that had this kind of Native American
spiritual
world thing, like 2010. I'm going to say
one of the first Xbox 360 games.
Yeah, so maybe 2008 even.
And they released it, and it just kind of went away, and then they were like, "We're going to do this." It was
a really cool game, but yeah, they just used the same name and made a completely different game.
And literally, the reason why was they're like, we already own the IP. We already own all the copyrights. Not that many people remember this old game.
No, why not?
Then we don't have to do all the like copyright searching and trademark searching. We already own all this stuff for it.
Right?
Why not?
It's in the file cabinet somewhere in Bill's office. But
exactly.
It's whatever.
It's weird. But this is a game that you can pick it up super cheap right now too.
It's $19.99. It's like $19 on Amazon.
If you're a GameFly subscriber, like I almost picked it up last week for like $15 or $10 or something. Instead, I bought Final Fantasy 15 today.
Okay.
From GameFly, and because like every 3 months you're a subscriber, you get $5 off. I got Final Fantasy 15 today for $7.
Oh wow!
Right?
Nice, good job. I got it for the low price of $79.
Yeah, you bought the special fancy edition.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it, which is why I'm like $7. That's a good deal. Or I'm not sure I'm going to play it enough to. I have a hard time imagining myself finishing that game, but I might play it enough.
I know Kevin came really close. I think he got close to finishing it.
Yeah.
A couple of our friends I know finished it. They really liked it. I mean, they keep putting content out for it.
I might be willing to do the like, hey, I finished this without being a bunch of side quests, kind of mainline Final Fantasy 15. Spend 30 hours on it instead of 70.
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll see.
You play it for more than 7 minutes, I consider it a win.
Right? Yeah.
Especially if it was $7. It's $1 a minute. Yeah. I mean, that's cheaper some VR stuff I've seen.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Or some R things.
Right.
Reality things? Yeah.
God of War, my current game of the year.
Have you beaten it yet?
Oh yeah,
you beat it.
Yeah, I beat it. But I still need to go back. There's a thing you're supposed to do that Jose that we work with, he's like, have you gone back to the house yet?
Oh, yeah, so you're saying, yeah.
Evidently, I need to go back to the house. I was going to do that last night, but then I started playing Dead Space.
I keep going into play God of War, and my game is like I stupidly agreed to watch a bunch of my kid and a bunch of his friends while all the moms went out to a movie, kind of some sort of girls' night out kind of thing, and it was cool. I actually set up a bunch of Xboxes and TVs in my house. And they all played Sea of Thieves and whatever. But while they were doing that, I was playing God of War on my second PS4, and so like had to do the like push to the cloud and pull down from it and whatever, and I haven't pushed it back the other way, and so every night I go to sit down, I'm like, okay, God of War, crap, this isn't my newest save, and I'm way too lazy to like get up and go in another room.
You can't do it remotely from your phone or anything?
No.
You could just play a different game.
And that's what I do. Every night I play a different game.
Well, God of War is adding a new Game Plus mode, so if you thought that Give Me God of War mode just wasn't hard enough for you, well, come on back. We got a new one for you.
You can play New Game Plus not on super hard mode either.
Well, it says, and this is what I read. It says, have you ever imagined, so the blog post from Sony, says that, have you ever imagined the first test of strength defying battle with Baldur while adorning the Valkyrie armor on Kratos? That would be amazing because that first battle's pretty incredible.
He literally just said a bunch of things that don't make any sense to me. I've played this game.
Well, I know what they're talking about.
All right.
You can with the new game plus. How about a fully upgraded Leviathan axe at the start of the game? Yes, please. I would like that. That will also be possible, and quite frankly, you may need it. New Game Plus won't just be a sunny stroll through Midgard. So that leads me to believe that, you can bring all your old stuff. Yeah, you can upgrade all your crap and start with it, but you're going to need it because it's going to be hard. Because I've watched Kevin go through the Gimme God of War mode, and the battles and the enemies get easier actually as he goes on because he's upgrading his
stronger,
stuff. Yeah. So I don't think that the enemies health and whatever scales as quickly as yours does, obviously. But especially in the hardest mode possible, that just kind of blows me away that they wouldn't keep that scaling of difficulty to match your scaling.
Except you're not supposed to be like you're supposed to get more powerful as you go, though. Like you become just God by the end of the game, and like you crush everything. Yeah. I think that's kind of the idea with God.
I mean, I get it, but
it's kind of backwards to most games, though, because most games you're challenged up to the end more and more and more and more and more and more.
Right.
However, I mean, some games you're supposed to just get so buff that by the end of it, you crush them under the weight of your biceps.
That's how I was at the end of Skyrim. Yeah. Like, my character was, I could punch dragons to death. It was awesome.
You could punch a dragon? Oh, yeah. Why would you punch a dragon?
Well, because that was what you did in that game.
He got a bonus to unarmed. So if you just punched him, it would do more damage.
Yeah.
It has so much strength and so much, I mean, the skills. That's the funny thing about RPGs is like math makes really weird things happen in the game because like if you get all these bonuses to like your hands, you actually are stronger with your hands and your strength than you would be with like wielding a sword.
That's crazy.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was mostly I just had like super buffed armor and super buffed stats, and so you didn't have to punch a dragon to death, but you could. Right. But yeah, it was good.
So that post wraps up with saying, in New Game Plus mode for God of War, you'll start a new game with many upgrades you had from the completion of your last main quest, like armor, pommels, talismans, and more. Except your strength to open or kick down doors remains the same. Because that is the one thing about the God of War games. It's like, this is Kratos. He is a god. He is all powerful. La 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 la. He can't open a door.
No.
To a wooden cabin that is clearly rotting away. So, that's going to be fun forever. All right. Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 maps are coming to Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4.
I love that so much.
It's what gets me the most is that they're taking the maps. Like, that's fine. Cool. Because, like, I remember I played Black Ops 1 and 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played the third and fourth one. I played the third one for probably about an hour, maybe. I don't know.
For that long.
The maps are great. Like, those older Call of Duty maps are classic. I find it strange that they're coming to Black Ops 3 and 4. Yeah. They're not coming to the most new modern game. They're actually introducing these old maps into two different games that are both 2 years apart from each other as it is. Like, that's strange.
The good news is, I guess, if you're super into those...
I've never played a Black Ops game.
I have not either.
Ever.
Black Ops 3 actually became, and I don't know, we were going to talk about this later, but we'll talk about it now.
Mm-hmm.
Black Ops 3 became a, like, surprise PS Plus game. So Black Ops 3 is free right now on PS Plus if you want to go get it.
Oh,
so
that'd be awesome if shooters were playable with a PS4 controller.
Ugh.
Wow, y'all are hard.
So, Scuff Gaming, the people that make super expensive PlayStation controllers.
That controller is awesome. Have you used it?
I've not. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. But they're like $150.
It's $200.
Oh, well, there's that.
But it's shaped just like an Xbox controller. Mm-hmm. I want one really, really, really bad, but it's $200.
I would just play my Xbox.
Right?
With my Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Or we could all just convince Sony to switch on frickin' crossplay.
God,
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be magic. Absolutely magic.
All I'm saying is I remember when I booted up my PS3 for the first time when they finally introduced this cool like trigger button on the controller. It's like, oh, the PS3 controllers have trigger buttons now. That's so cool. And I put in Resistance Fall of Man because that game looked so great. I was so excited to play it, and they mapped the dang trigger to R1.
The bumper, yeah.
I don't remember. I didn't play that game.
Stupid.
It is stupid.
You added a trigger, and then you didn't map the trigger
to the trigger.
Yeah. You mapped it to R1, and I'm like, this is dumb. I quit.
It's not my thing, but I want one of those controllers, man. I think the thing is that would mean my controller would cost almost as much as my second PS2.
I bought my PlayStation 4 for $200 during Christmas time.
I paid like $230 for mine. Yeah, so ugh.
Am I the only one who pays full price for crap around here?
No, I paid $500 for my Xbox One X, and then I paid like $400 for my Xbox One S. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
I don't know. I like the PlayStation controller.
No,
I like the controller, but not for like shooters. Like I don't mind playing like platformers.
I don't like it for anything.
PS4 controller, I don't like it, but
anyway.
Speaking of shooters, Destiny 2. Forsaken is got a release date and a gameplay trailer.
So,
the gameplay trailer, I'm sure it looks like Destiny. So there's that.
It did, yeah. It looks
surprise.
Yeah, well, except that they killed Cade 6 in it. Nathan Fillion's character is dead, yo.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, well, if you haven't watched it yet, Cade 6 is dead.
I don't believe that.
Bungie confirms that he is actually truly dead, which to me is
believe that.
Stupid. Like, he is the best character in that game. Unless Nathan Fillion was like, nope, I'm done, don't want to do it anymore.
Kill him.
I have no idea why they would do that.
What if he did say, you know what, yeah, I'm done, and they were just like, well, we're going to put this giant middle finger in our trailer where you die.
Yep.
Oh, that would suck.
Anyway, in addition to that,
Destiny's in a trailer?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I mean, maybe it'll be in the game too. I mean, I'm sure.
But that's weird. You that's a payoff that you get for playing the game, not for a trailer.
I don't think it's a payoff.
Like when a character dies, that's a big moment. Yeah. Like you expect to experience that.
So I've got a feeling that the experience you're going to get is like, oh, his intelligence was actually put into some other thing, and they're going to bring him back into some other whatever. Because isn't he a robot?
Well, no. Well, I mean, he's a robot, but so is my character in Destiny.
Yeah,
but he's a sentient robot. He's not like a robot. He's
is he a Bender unit?
He's not a Bender unit. He's like an alien that happens to be mechanical.
Is he Clank?
He's Clank.
BB-8.
So Destiny 2. Forsaken, that is coming. Where is that? Where is it coming?
So that is the new expansion. The kind of interesting thing about how Destiny is doing this, though, is it's like a paid expansion, even if you bought the season pass. Yeah, so I owned the Destiny 2 season pass, and that got you all of the content that's been released kind of up to now.
Warmind, Curse of Osiris.
Yep. And so now they're coming back and saying like, all right, season 2's up. That's going to be another $70.
Is it $70 at full price?
So,
actually, it's more than full price. Wow.
Yeah, so you'll get the Forsaken expansion, and then the Black Armory expansion, winter 2018, Joker's Wild expansion, spring 2019, and Penumbra, summer 2019. So that's season 2. So the good news is you've got 4 expansion packs to look forward to coming out over the next, about a year.
Yeah, I want to say that they said they were going to push out the expansions for this one like every 2 months.
Yeah.
It was boom, boom, boom.
And, the way I kind of look at that is like, yeah, it sucks that you buy a season pass and that's not actually a season pass. I don't really remember that, little asterisk next to my season pass when I bought it of like, hey, here's all the free content.
Right.
For now.
Right. Well, I think they're like putting it more like, okay, this was DLC and this is a full-on expansion.
To me, though,
which I think is the same thing.
But to me, like this is the WoW model. This is
see where they're going with it.
I understand why they're doing it, and I'm actually 100% okay with it because new content costs money.
Right.
If you want to take a game and you want to make a bunch of new levels, and you want to make a bunch of new guys, and you want to make a bunch of new weapons, you want to make mostly environments. Like, those environments are huge and expensive. It costs money, and you can't do that off of $60 and loot boxes that everyone is pissed off about. So
for sure, now $70 though,
it's expensive.
That I'm fine with however much they charge, but I'm just saying that's a large expectation when you're going to say over the next year you get $70 worth of content. I'm nervous to say they actually pay that off.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you like Destiny, too.
Yeah, and you're not the biggest Destiny fan.
Bar. I know it's like any game. Like Rainbow Six does the same thing. They don't give you probably as much content, but every year you have a year pass. It's $30. You get all the new operators and all this new stuff that they do for that year.
Fine.
But that price is really easy to swallow. I know every 3 months for $7.50, I'm going to get a couple new operators to play the game, and however they tweak, they add the map, they do some new cosmetics, stuff comes to the game, whatever. It's an easy pill to swallow. Yeah. $70 over a year seems...
It's expensive.
It's a lot.
Forsaken comes out on September 4th, which is actually my anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
I know,
in the future.
Right? In the future. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but I'll probably end up buying it.
Yeah.
Because I like Destiny.
Well, maybe. I'll be in Europe when it comes out, so
so you can.
I'll come back and go, I just spent a lot of money. I don't need a new video game.
I'll be at PAX, so I'll go like, oh, I just saw a lot of video games.
Yeah, I don't need this one. All right, so there's that Nintendo reveal. Okay, let's try it again.
Start over.
Nintendo reveals the Pokeball Plus.
Pokeball Plus.
This thing's coming at you. This thing's adorable.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of the Pokemon Go wrist thing, where that was like it worked when you were not looking at your phone.
Yeah, it's real nifty. I mean, it is literally a Pokeball with a wrist strap. Thank God, because otherwise, I can't imagine the number of people that are
throw it and it comes back.
People chucking this right into their TVs. I mean, I guarantee you that the second this comes out, you're going to get 10 videos on YouTube like, I broke my HD TV trying to catch a Squirrelax.
There's no action in the TV. I took the Pokeball and didn't catch it.
And I didn't catch it, exactly. But I mean, literally, it's got a button and you like mimic throwing it.
Yep.
And I guess it connects via like Bluetooth or Magic or something.
Or Magic.
And whatever. And it lights up and it's got sounds and you can take it with you. And I think it actually will sync into the Go game as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can use it with your phone and everything.
It's real. I don't want to say it's cool. Like, this is not an accessory I will be purchasing.
But how cool would that
Famous
be?
last words.
No.
Until you finally play a Pokemon game and you're like, I get it.
I have a friend who works somewhere named that rhymes with
Nintendo.
So, I mean,
I don't know how much they're going to cost. I did not find that out.
I want to say it was $30 or $40, something like that. I think that's what I saw.
That's
fun.
That sounds.
I would do it.
Why not?
And I'm not even a Pokemon fan. I've actually never played like a core Pokemon
like the real Pokemon game.
I have not. I've never played a fake one. I guess I played a little teeny bit of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's a fake Pokemon game.
It was fun. It was fun.
So lame.
Oh, whatever. I enjoyed the crap out of it. So did Kevin for about $60. All right. So to wrap up news while you're looking that up, one thing that was mentioned kind of in the news was Sony may or may not be introducing a download option for their game service, which is called PlayStation Now. So as of now, you need to have a pretty beefy internet connection and deal with some latency kind of issues, because that's just, you're going to have that when you're streaming a game. You're just going to have some kind of latency, whether it's super, super small or not, it's going to be there. So the way to fix that, obviously, is to download it. And Sony hasn't confirmed it one way or another, but in some updated versions and files on certain people's PlayStation units, they were seeing in the PlayStation Now service the option to download the game, but they couldn't do it. So, and I'm not sure if it's still in there or not. I haven't gone in to check to see if that option is still like kind of popping up but ghosted. So
I think it's kind of, I think they've got to, but I guess the question is how that, I guess that's only for PS4 games, because there's no backwards compatibility on PlayStation.
Right. That was one of the things. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah. So how many, are there a lot of PlayStation 4 games on PS Now?
No, I don't think there's that many.
I got the impression it was like 10 or 20.
Yeah, it was like 20.
And so, I mean.
But then that means the question has to be asked, does that mean that they're working on some kind of backwards compatibility for these games? Because
I think they have to.
At this point, they have to, because Xbox is just killing it.
Yep.
It's so great. Like, and I watched some trailer for some terrible Xbox game, like OG Xbox game that's on Game Pass. And I'm like, I'm never going to play it, but it's cool that I could.
My brother's playing KOTOR, or was playing KOTOR. It's an original Xbox game. He's like, it doesn't look fantastic, but it looks better than you think it would. You know, right. Fallout 3, Dead Space, they both look pretty dang good.
Dead Space looks incredible.
Yeah,
That's
Fallout 3, same thing. It looked really good. Like, same thing you mentioned. Like, a couple animations a little weird. A couple of, like, textures seemed big. Like, things that weren't as maybe intricate as they would be nowadays, but it looked real good.
It's just, I'm playing Dead Space, a 10-year-old game, on a 75-inch 4K HDR TV.
Yep.
And I'm not even lying. Like, the only thing that makes me go, oh yeah, this is a last gen game, is some of the character models' faces.
Yep.
and their animations. Other than that,
it's pretty good.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah. If Sony has
know what those
to,
things are that are chasing you around.
Sony has to figure this out for the PS5 too. Like if the PS5 comes out is not backwards compatible to PS4 minimum,
people will be up in
people are going to be
arms.
pissed.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm curious to see what that thing means.
It would be
in
very
the
smart.
PlayStation Now.
The Pokeball is either no price, we don't know yet, or $50. So I guess it depends on who you believe on the internet. Yeah, $50, no way. $30, maybe.
30's the sweet spot for me. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, that's.
I'd have to really, 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 really like the Pokemon game. But that also kind of like, I don't know. Were you a big Guitar Hero guy?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. Except every once in a while, I'm like, man, I just want to sit down and play this game for a little while. Like, I don't want to stand up and play this video game any longer. Like, I've been standing for 2 hours. It was real awkward to sit down with. And that seems like the Pokeball.
Oh, I was all about the classical sitting Guitar Hero playing. Like, that's where your real speed comes from.
Yeah. There you go. But the Pokeball seems to me like that's like a standing up thing. And I don't know if I want to stand up and play Pokemon. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm lazy. I'll sit down.
I'm going to sit down and play Wii tennis.
It'll get you up and moving on your butt.
It's good.
All right. Well, there's all your news. Thank you for looking all that stuff up, Cliff.
Oh, you're welcome.
I almost thanked somebody for something that didn't mean.
It's what I do.
All right. We have questions. So, Captain Insano, Justin, I'm not going to attempt to say your guys' last names.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Justin's is pretty easy. It's just Solace, I'm pretty sure.
Solace, Salus, Salas.
Crap, you're right.
So come on. I'm not even going to try.
The S is silent.
No, it could be Allah.
What if it's Sass? What if the L's not even there?
Sias.
Anyway.
So John, Eddie, and
hey, yo, Vinny.
That guy.
What's going on?
Well, Vinny would like to know what game got you the most excited out of all of E3.
There were a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like I watched E3 and just saw my bank account just like ka-ching, there's $60. Ka-ching, there's $60. Ka-ching, there's $60. It was bad.
I didn't worry about my bank account going away because my most favorite game was Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and it comes on Game Pass.
I'm actually very, very excited about that because there were a lot of games that were the same for me. Like I'm kind of interested in Crackdown now because it's going to be a Game Pass game and it looks a lot better.
So much better.
Yeah. I'm super interested in Ori. Probably the one that if I was like, okay, I'm going to pre-purchase a game today, would probably be Fallout 76.
Okay.
Just because it's coming out relatively soon. It comes out like 2 days before my birthday. It's a game that I will probably pre-buy to get into the beta, which is Xbox exclusive for a little bit.
What?
It is, yeah. So get that game on the Xbox. Also because that's where I'll buy it. That's Fallout 76 is probably that game for me. It's close enough to be like real. Like I can get excited about 2019 games, but that's a long time in the future from now. So yeah, I'm excited about that though.
I'm excited. Honestly, Ori, that's just duh. So I'm not even going to pretend that was anything but my most favorite.
So I watched the Ori video again, and Ori now has a digging like underground mechanic and a grappling mechanic.
Well, didn't he have a grappling thing?
He did not.
Though he could do that to enemies.
Yeah.
Like he could kind of
zoop through them. Yeah. They've said that they're what they want to do with Ori is have that momentum feeling. You know, at the end of Ori where you just like you barely touch the ground because you're just like
that scene where you're trying to get out of the tree that's filling up with water. Like you just go and go and go and you just go and go and build.
They want that feeling like the entire game. They want you to constantly be feeling like you're going and moving quickly and zipping. And I'm very excited.
Zip zap zowie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
Fallout 76. I'm really excited for, and I honestly think I'm pretty pumped about Anthem.
The Division 2. I'm very excited about the Division 2.
I'm excited about that. I honestly think though Anthem, as far as like big, major, massive games that everybody's hearing
looks
about,
really good.
I think that's
close. February is close.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Same.
Other than Fallout, I guess, to be unique, I guess I would pick Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a huge fan of that, and I haven't been following it because I don't do that for games. I try not to get pumped because I got burned too many times on like being excited about GTA and then GTA getting pushed back a year. Like it happened too many times. I just don't even pay attention until games like come out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this game now. So I don't remember watching it and being like, oh no, they're killing Crackdown, and now Cliff says it's better. Like I try to just avoid all of that, and I'm just gonna say I'm excited for Crackdown 3, and then Dying Light 2 would probably be my other pick because there was a lot of promise in the first game, and if they do anything to just improve what was a good game and make it, I guess, just a little more modern now.
I'm excited about Just Cause 4 too. Just because I've never played a Just Cause game. I haven't either, but they're supposed to be just like insane explosion rodeos.
You're the one talking about that. Like, that's the one where you like latch onto a car.
You can grappling hook onto anything. And launch off cars, moving cars, and parachuting. And
I own the third one. I should boot it up because it sounds fun. So
is it like a GTA meets Far Cry?
Yeah, but to the next level, like, because it's like you have a grappling
like Saints
hook.
Row meets Far Cry.
Yeah, exactly. You have a grappling hook, so it's like, what can you do with the grappling hook? I can grapple onto this car as it's moving, and now it's pulling me. So now it launches me in the air because I pull out my parachute, and now I grapple onto this car and pull onto the bad guy's car, and then like shoot him out of the car, jump in the car, run the car off a ramp, and then shoot my grappling hook onto a helicopter. Now pull myself up to the helicopter and punch those guys out the window. Now I'm in the helicopter, and now I fly the helicopter down. I crash into the like send it towards this like camp, and then I'm gonna parachute out of it again because apparently I have unlimited packed parachutes.
So it's basically Michael Bay does Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I like it.
And the character looks like someone out of a Robert Rodriguez movie. So it's like you're like this, I guess, badass Latino style. Because I think it's more South American set.
Interesting.
It's like two Uzis, and you're just like,
nice. Spider-Man looks good too.
I am into it. Oof. Yeah, Spider-Man's going to be
so many games.
All right, and also, do you think if Microsoft takes the lead in the next gen console generation, do you think they're going to be as pro gamer as they are now, or do you think that they might kind of go the way Sony is, where they're like, no, you can't play with us?
I think that, I guess two things. Like, one thing me and my brother were talking about this the other day, like in the Sony versus Microsoft who's winning war, like the one thing you've got to remember is that if Microsoft really, 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 really cared about winning this war, like Microsoft as a company can buy Sony as a company with like the pocket change in their couch.
Right.
Microsoft is worth as a company 10, 12, 13 times the amount that Sony does. Microsoft is on their way to being $1 trillion company.
Wow.
And Sony's worth about $60 billion. Like,
yeah, Sony actually, I mean, Sony loses money in certain divisions.
Yeah.
You know,
like
within their
PlayStation division is profitable, but it's one of the very few divisions that is. And so, I mean, you hear all the time about companies getting bought out for $60 billion or $85 billion. I mean, Disney's looking to buy Fox right now for $60 billion. So there is really no reason that if Microsoft really, really wanted to win this war, they couldn't just say like, hey, we're purchasing you and now we make TVs too. You know, would they do that? No, probably not, but they could. So, you know, console war. Yeah, I guess if you count, you know, like Sony, like chucking rocks at Microsoft. Yeah. Have they sold more? Yes, they have. Does Microsoft care? No, not at all. They're making money off this vision. They're good with it.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. Do I think they will turn evil next generation if they somehow start selling more? No, I don't think so. I think Phil Spencer is a guy who, as long as Phil Spencer is the CEO of their gaming division or whatever his title is, I think he is pro gaming. I think he is relatively anti-exclusive. It'll be interesting to see how those 5 new studios play out. But a lot of those games have been Xbox exclusives anyway. So it's not like we're making new things and taking them away from PlayStation. It's like, you know, Forza has always been Xbox exclusive. The Fable games have always been. State of Decay has always been. So it's really just more of the same, bringing those things in-house to be able to control quality and give them money.
I think Microsoft or Xbox, whatever in general, or specifically, has talked too much of a game about being so pro gamer and wanting this and wanting that. I don't think they have a choice.
They can't go
when
back.
It comes to the next generation. If they end up taking the lead, they have to stick to their guns. They have to stick to what they said. Otherwise, they won't win the console war that generation.
But I think that also that they've shown that too. They've made a commitment to backwards compatibility. They've made a commitment to Game Pass. They've made a commitment
everything they said they're going to do, they've done.
Crossplay. They've made a commitment to, I mean, like crossplay, like people don't think about it and it doesn't affect everyone, but getting a game for free on a system when you buy the same game on another system is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
and the way it should be.
Yeah. And the way it should be. But I mean, really, that's the way it should be.
Right. And to me, in my observation, it's just Xbox and Microsoft they've already seen what the future is, and they're just going that direction. So for them to make a a villain turn. Like, it's not going to happen because that's just not their direction. It's like they already foresee what the future of video games is, and that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And like being a villain doesn't work out in that equation.
And it seems pretty unlikely too that they like that an order would come from on high in Microsoft. I'm going to say 6 months ago, Phil Spencer was actually promoted to a higher position that actually gave him a seat on Microsoft has division managers. And so which, puts you at a level right below their president and CEO. And he was actually promoted into that group. So he actually has a seat at that like super high level strategy planning table now that he didn't have before. And so I think that, first of all, it shows that Microsoft is committed to the Xbox, but it also shows that they're not going to say, well, hey, Phil, this is what you got to do now. And he's going to have to say, okay, well, the important people told me so. He's one of those people now. So,
yeah. So yeah, I don't think that's our answer.
Yes.
Thank you, Vinny.
Or no.
Yes or no, no or yes.
Whatever.
No, I think they're gonna
yes, Microsoft is good people.
Baby face.
There you go.
All right. Next is Eddie.
Eddie,
how you doing, Eddie?
Cousin Eddie.
Eddie, I think your last name looks extremely awesome. I'm just not gonna butcher it for you. So
Carvajal?
Sure.
I was gonna go with Carvajal.
I don't think there's any other way.
Or it could be
unless he's from some exotic country. I
would like it to be Eddie.
I don't think it's Carvajal.
Probably not, but I would like it to be Eddie Carvel. Like Carvel ice cream cakes.
Carvel.
Are those ones that are shaped like whales?
That's one of yeah.
I have heard those are really good, but I've never lived anywhere that has them.
Mm-hmm. They're delicious.
Yeah.
All right, Eddie. He wants to know which E3 titles are day one games for all three of you. Oof. Yeah, kind of covered it,
but man.
Agree, but for me, it is going to be Anthem, Fallout 76, Spider-Man 4, Ori and the Will of the Wisps,
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I'm gonna not jump on that one right away just because I played The Witcher 3 and I like it. I love it. It's great. It's just it's a lot of game.
It's a lot of game. Yeah. The Division 2 very well maybe for me.
I got so much enjoyment out of the first one. That also might be one. Right? It just depends on when is Division 2 coming out? Is that like early next year?
Let me look at my list.
Like Christmas this year.
March of next year.
Okay. There's going to be enough time between Fallout 76 and that I could probably.
But Anthem comes out like 3 weeks earlier. So Kingdom Hearts 3 probably will be for me.
Never played one.
Metro Exodus might be, although that comes out the same day as Anthem, so probably not. Mm-hmm. Tunic will be for me. That's that cute mouse Zelda game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks like super cute. Ori, definitely. Rage 2 might be. Rage 2 looks real good. I don't know. I mean, and now we're getting way out there. Wolfenstein 2 probably, or Wolfenstein 3, whatever it's called. The new Wolfenstein where you play as his twins. Like I have loved those games. So that may be, and like day one, it's like maybe like day 14 when they drop to $45. I don't know. Skull and Bones, that pirate game.
But that looked interesting.
Looks real good.
Dope.
Trials Rising probably will be I love the Trials games so much, man.
I guess
but they're like $20 too.
Are they?
Oh yeah, they're super cheap.
Oh,
I need to go play one of those.
The Trials games are so good, and this one's got
I've never actually played them.
This one's got like some cool multiplayer stuff to it. Like me and my brother used to play them together all the time. We haven't really been able to, and so if it has like multiplayer stuff, like that might be a thing. How about The Last of Us 2?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Girls kissing and stabbing people, like.
I don't care about the girls kissing. I just want some more. I just want some more badassery. With
I just want those animations, yo. God.
Like because if that game looks as great as it looked,
right?
It looks so good.
That game looks absolutely amazing. What do you think about Death Stranding? Yes or no?
It has to come out to be able to get it on day one.
Right?
I need to know what day one is supposed to be.
It probably won't even release on day one.
I want to know what game it's going to be on day
37. The first game not to release on day one.
Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, I said Spider-Man.
Yes. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to do that one.
Yeah. Smash? Smash? Super Smash
Bros,
No.
Mario Tennis, Overcooked 2, and Last of Us 2.
Well,
those are the only 4.
Isn't Mario Tennis out?
It's out on Friday. So everyone, Friday. If the podcast is out Thursday, tomorrow, Mario Tennis Day, get it. play some tennis.
I would like to remind everyone, too, if you go to our website, bytemepodcast.com, we do have the complete list of E3 games with videos and release dates.
Because we're basically going over it again right now.
Yeah, it's good. God, there's so many good games, though. I'm just like, I can't
I might actually pick up Octopath Traveler. I think I might do that.
Was kind of into that game until I read yesterday that the mainline quests are like 60 hours and that the game's 100 hours, and then said, nope. Like, it's a cool game, but like, there's no way I'm playing 60 hours of Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, but it's one of those games where it's like, you've got that much content.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I might
like, if that game ever gets super cheap, but it's a Switch game, so it'll never get super cheap.
Well, and there's no DLC coming for it either. Because they said we wanted to release a complete game.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like
shots fired.
Yeah.
If I ever beat Zelda, maybe I'll pick that up as my second, like, takes a million hours games. Yeah. I don't know.
Any other games, Dylan, on day one for you?
4.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go. Thank you for the question, Eddie. Carval.
That wasn't even a word.
That was just a noise. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I talk for a living, so it's like
a deflating balloon.
All right, I'm gonna try this one. John Tysinger.
What if the T is silent?
Definitely Tysinger.
Tysinger?
Whatever.
Tysinger? Tysinger.
I like Tysinger.
He walks around and just lights guys' ties on fire.
He always forgets he's wearing a tie when he bends over the dinner table.
Lights it on fire. I really like this question, though. This is a good question.
Now, is this Crawdad?
No.
Okay.
No, this is Ty Dissinger.
But why at the end does it say Crawdad?
Oh, crap. Maybe it is. Damn it. Sorry.
Man.
Cursing. Anyway.
It's John Crawdad.
It probably is, yeah.
John Crawdad.
I don't know.
Wow. Cliff ruined the notes
this week.
I'm sorry. John wants to know, tech question, what kind of monitors or TV do you guys use?
I think, oddly enough, we all have, if not the exact same monitor, pretty much the exact same monitor.
Brand.
Yeah, you have an Asus, right?
I've got an Asus.
And you have an Asus?
No.
Oh, I thought you had an Asus.
I have
Acer?
Oh, crap. Now I don't remember.
Oh, my phone just went off because it thought I said, hey, Siri.
My PC monitor is like an old Acer monitor that I got for free.
Okay, so it's like an Acer, not an Asus.
It's a 1080. It's just like...
Is that the one that you bring to the
We literally were
fairs?
part of a class action lawsuit for like the first PC we ever had. And we got this like $200 of credit in this like weird like Dell warehouse store. So I just got a couple monitors because it's like the only thing that I thought would be like useful in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I got like a 19-inch monitor and a 27-inch monitor for free. So that's what I use. And then I have a BenQ 1080 monitor.
BenQs are lovely.
For my Xbox and my Switch. And then I have a 42 or 47-inch TV that my PS4 is hooked up to, and like the Apple TV is hooked up to.
Nice.
Not that I play games on the Apple TV, but I just have so many. I have a few devices connected to each screen.
Make it seem like
so I can do 3 things at once.
Validate the ownership of all your
screens. I can have
screens.
Twitch over here, and then I can have my games here, and my TV's here. I kind of like. I mean,
I've got a 27-inch Asus monitor with the Bang Olufsen speakers set in it, which is all right. It's all right. I mean, they're still monitor speakers, so don't. Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah, but I got it when I got the monitor. I just got it as a second monitor for my laptop for my audio work.
Oh,
so
sure.
I really didn't care about fidelity or anything like that. Kind of wishing I did, because it's not the best. But Asus does build a decent product. Kevin has actually got. I bought him when he put his system together. I bought him 2 their AOC. AOC gaming monitors.
Yep.
They weren't the cheapest, but they are beautiful. And that's what he's got his PC hooked up to. For our PS4 Pro on our Xbox One X downstairs, we've got I just left saying it, 75-inch Sony HDR 4K.
It's huge.
It's massive. And that's that. And then upstairs, we got a 65-inch Sony 4K HDR, and that's got the regular PS4 and the Apple 4K hooked up to it.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. I'm a name guy for whatever reason. Because I shop at Old Navy. I really don't care about brand name crap. But for whatever reason, like tech stuff, I love Sony products. I've always loved them. I don't know why.
Yeah, I always have liked like Sony televisions.
Yeah.
For sure. Like they always seem like they're very good.
I've never thought that Sony, like, they're fine, but to me, there's like, you pay more for a brand name on Sony.
Yeah, and I think so, but for whatever reason, I love them. Yeah. Like, I can tell you right now for a fact that like the new line of Vizio TVs that are out just make my screen look like crapstick. But I love my Sony and I'm sticking to it.
It's all right.
America. I don't even know.
On my PC, I have two. I have an Acer that's like a 2K, like a 2K display. So it's the 1440 by whatever the other number is on 1440. I can never remember.
Yeah, it's like 27
or something. Yeah. So it's like that 2K range. And then I have an Asus 1080. That's my second monitor. But they're both 27-inch monitors, I think. Mm-hmm. And then my piece or my TV is an LG 4K HDR. Mm-hmm. Which I really like. It's 65-inch, I think.
If you can swing the roughly $8,000 for an LG OLED TV.
Oh God, they're beautiful.
Those are the most magical things you will ever put in front of your eyeballs. They're gorgeous.
I watched.
And they're actually dropping in price. That $8,000, that's for the 75-inch, which that $8,000 was for like the 55-inch just two years ago.
Yeah.
So they're dropping and they're dropping fast.
I think moving to my current TV was one of like the better tech decisions I've made, because I had a 42-inch LG before that, and I don't know, I guess probably most people do know, but like a 42-inch TV, you can almost fit 4 of them inside of a 70-inch TV. So like the difference between a 42-inch TV and a 65 or 70-inch TV
I didn't realize that.
Because they're measured diagonally.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, and so like if you ever want to be like do something weird, there's a bunch of places on the internet where you can like compare screen sizes. Go drop a 42-inch TV inside a 65-inch TV and go like, oh wow, that is significantly larger. Mm-hmm. So yeah, moving up to that, like I'm old and have crappy eyes, and so like that made it so I could
I'm older than you.
Barely. It made me so I could like sit on the couch though and play games comfortably, as opposed to having to like sit on a chair next to the screen like an old man. So
well, it's funny because we got the 65-inch upstairs and the 75-inch downstairs, but for whatever reason, I think it's just because downstairs is a basement, and it's still, regular size basement. It's fine. But having the ceiling, because upstairs we've got vaulted ceilings, and sticking that 65-inch TV in that big room, it just makes the TV seem so much smaller.
That's what I say too. Like your TV, is actually probably 20 inches bigger than mine, actually, like measured across, but it does not feel significantly bigger than my 65.
I wonder if maybe we should move the TVs one upstairs, like swap them.
I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work.
Another 75-inch TV.
That's what you should do.
I would like to not do that.
He's playing the kitchen video game, remember?
Or get a bigger TV, like get an 85.
Get a 120-inch TV.
You guys are just...
that's the right answer. You don't need a
No. Get a projector.
No, absolutely not. No. Okay. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay. Thank you, Eddie.
Good question.
No, wait, not Eddie. John, a.k.a. Crawdad.
Yeah.
All right, Justin Salas. Salad. I'm saying Salas. Justin Salas. Whatever.
Justin. Thank you.
JS.
I'm just going to stop putting last names on this, okay?
Right.
It'll be first name, last initial.
Justin wants to know, think Microsoft can make a comeback now, or will we be waiting till next generation of consoles, i.e. PS5 and the Xbox One Y?
The one, which is what we'll be calling it from now on.
XBOY.
XBO. Ooh, the X-Boy.
I don't know about the X-Boy.
I don't. That's why he's an X now. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I think they can. Not this generation. Next console generation.
Yeah, I think that they easily could next generation.
I think they're laying the groundwork now for that next generation. Yeah. So when it hits, I really hope.
I said, I don't know if there's like a winner or loser in this console generation. They're both making money. They both seem.
If you're going just based on actual
console
sales, Sony just spanked them.
Yeah, but
Nintendo's kind of slapping them around a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how much that honestly matters to anyone outside of. Well, and the other thing is you don't have any idea how many Xboxes have been sold. They don't release those numbers. So yes, probably we know they've sold less than PlayStation. We have no idea how many less than PlayStation. They haven't released those numbers in like a year and a half. So my presumption is by 30, 40 million consoles, but no one really knows. So yeah, no, there's no way they're going to catch up this console generation. It ends too quickly. But next console, depending on how they launch and when they launch and what they launch.
So depending on all the things?
Who knows? Yeah. The next Xbox is codenamed Scarlet, by the way.
Ooh.
Like O'Hara or the letter?
Both.
Okay.
Maybe if Scarlet O'Hara was an adulterous person.
Yeah, right. I mean, she very well could have been.
I don't know. I've never seen Gone with the Wind, I'll be honest. And by seen, I mean read, or both, whatever.
That's good.
Frankly, Adam, I don't give a damn.
I see what you did there.
Boom-ching.
Do you have any opinions on this matter?
No.
Yeah. So as of now, no, they're not going to win. It's pretty clear if you want to call a winner or a loser.
Yeah.
But next generation, they've got a shot with what they're doing.
I think especially if Sony keeps being stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Justin. And we're going to start using first name, last initial, because I think that would be nice.
I mean, you always could have.
Right. Cpt Insano6, welcome back. Watching the different E3 presentations has me thinking, have these presentations always been this elaborate, with the dancing panda for Ubisoft's Just Dance as an example? Do you guys like that they put some production value into it, or does it detract from the games themselves? I am so sad I missed Ubisoft's presentation with the dancing pandas.
It was actually pretty good. It was for the Just Dance game, and it started out outside, and then they led all these people inside. It was a pretty big production for a game that I could care less about.
And to Nintendo Wii, and you're like, what?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm actually personally a pretty big fan of ones that start out with something,
right,
and then stop that immediately. Right. To me, the best conference this year, and the best conference last year actually, was Xbox. They get up, they do an introduction, and then they're like, oh, and here, watch 50 games. Bam, 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 bam. And then there was a little dumb break for Forza in the middle, which I could have done completely without. And then they're like, here's another 30 games. Bam, 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 bam. And then a fun reveal of Cyberpunk 2077 at the end.
Cyberpunk hacker kind of thing. That's cool.
I thought Sony was just not good to watch on TV, because they're like, here's this really cool Last of Us thing, and now here these 4 news anchors are going to talk to you for a little while we move all these people from this place to this other place so we can do another weird experience with a banjo. It just wasn't great. And Bethesda's starting out with, I wish I could remember who that Rockstar dude is, because I don't know. I have literally no idea who he was. Everyone I was watching was like, oh my God, it's something KX or something. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's like
EA or Bethesda.
Bethesda. I don't know if he's like a real musician or a parody musician, or Adam's going to look him up. That was real bad. EA started out super slow, and then the ending was pretty good. But again, it was because they were showing stuff. Almost anytime you get developers on the stage, I think it's pretty bad. Anytime you get anyone but Phil Spencer that's a CEO on the stage, it's pretty bad. Todd Howard was really good this year, but I like some spectacle, but really, really, really what I care about is video games. Can you
say?
I'll find it. You guys tell me your opinions, and I'll look it up.
Yes, I mostly agree with what Cliff just said. I'm definitely all for the showmanship of it. I think if you're gonna come have this presentation, you should bring out something that wows people. But yes, it doesn't need to carry on through the whole thing. You just need to get people's attention, get them excited at the beginning of your presentation. For example, I just went and did a corporate presentation, and they gave us this wacky challenge, and we're like, do some and they related it to Hamilton, how Hamilton was this cool new play that made people think about theater again, right? However much you agree or disagree with that. But so we incorporated a parody song of Hamilton to start our presentation, and that was it. So we opened with this Hamilton song, and then we got into our presentation and did all the serious stuff. Yeah. So it got everyone kind of excited. It was bright early in the morning, so it was 8 a.m. on the dot. We start our presentation, get the blood flowing, and then we go in and do all the important stuff.
That's why you open a presentation with a joke.
Right.
Hook us, entertain us, make me interested, and then get going.
Yeah, so bring out a dancing panda. That's awesome. And then get the dancing panda off the stage, or if he just wants to hang out and not be
But probably don't bring your CEO out after that. Like,
right.
You know,
you got to keep
unless it's Phil Spencer.
You got to keep the momentum going after that. But like that's fun. Like that should be a part of it.
Right.
So this guy is actually playing Seattle in September.
Who is Andrew WK? Does anyone know?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Is he a real musician?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He's playing the Showbox Soto, I think.
He's very popular.
Why was he on the Bethesda stage? I literally don't know.
He's a multi-instrumentalist.
The Venn diagram, you are on one side and you're not the intersectional piece.
I'm not.
Clearly.
Jeez, not. Yeah, they brought him up like, Andrew WK. I'm like, who's this? And everyone in the chat was like, hey, it's Andrew WK. I'm like, who is this? I felt very old.
This is where I'm like, I'm old.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway, whatever.
All right. Well, I personally like a good little bit of entertainment to go along with my conferences.
Yeah.
So, because I've been to not a lot of game conferences, but I've been to a lot of other conferences. And who's that terrible ultra conservative like talk show host? He started his own network, The Blaze. Who's that guy? Started The Blaze.
Oh, crap.
That terrible human being.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Guy.
Yeah. Anyway, him.
Yeah, like we went to a conference in Atlanta years ago. Yeah, Glenn Beck. Wow. Went to a conference years ago for my radio stuff within our company. And he started on one of my stations, one of my companies at the time stations. And he was like the speaker for the whole thing. And I'm like, this guy's why? This is a production, like a commercial production conference, and you've got this dude? No.
Yeah, if you like your MC's got to be like, I don't know, fun. Like, I don't know, like
he was stupid.
Keeps it moving, keeps it fun.
Yeah. Kind of like
okay. So the connection, the connection to Andrew WK was part of the Rage 2 launch. Was this kind of parody of like what Billy the Talking Fish? That's like one of the things from Rage, like nailed to a board, and Andrew WK was the voice for that, and then came out and did his song. I guess.
That's a little convoluted. But
I'm like, that's some inside stuff.
I will tell you that if you search for Andrew WK E3, the first result is E3 2018. Bethesda fan expect video games, but get Andrew WK.
Yeah.
And let's see. Andrew WK sets up Rage 2 gameplay in E3's traditional awkward opener. So, anyway.
Nice. Good job, Bethesda. All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for all your questions, by the way.
Appreciate
if you have questions for us, head to bytemepodcast.com. You can drop them there or go to our Discord, and we've got a whole channel for you. And we always ask what questions you have for us every week on the Book of Face and the Twitters.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right, let's wrap it up with some cheap free games this week. If you were a Game Pass subscriber like myself, you can get Tom Clancy's The Division, which is awesome.
Really good.
Because is that... Did they enhance that for the One X?
I believe so, yeah. Which, I mean, that game was gorgeous on the PS4, so, geez.
Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited, that is on there. Fallout 4, which I know is Xbox One X enhanced, and I'm really, really excited to fire that one up. So do that. If you don't have a Game Pass subscription and you have an Xbox, you're missing out. We really need to get a cut of the sales on this from Microsoft for as much as we pimp it out. Do it. It's $10 a month. You can even find some deals that are cheaper. So yeah, just do it.
It's good.
Also, you mentioned this earlier. Surprise addition to the PS Plus lineup for the month is Black Ops 3. Never played it, so maybe I should.
I think you should.
Is that a PS4 game or is that a PS3?
Sure. I'm not sure.
I think it's a PS4 game.
Okay.
I think it was one of those games that might have been released on both.
Like right at the tail end and beginning. Okay. That's
not positive, but they have done that with the Call of Duties in the past. I think they've released them on both systems.
All right, I will. I'll check that out.
Like it's good.
Do we have? Yeah. All right. Do we have anything else that we need to discuss?
I don't believe so.
No.
All right then. Well, thank you to all of our Patreons and stuff. We've already got.
I believe they are patrons, actually.
Yeah, Patreon. I call them Patreons.
Okay,
but that's not the. Never mind.
They did it. They did it via Patreon, so I'm calling them Patreons.
Yeah, but they're patrons. Never mind.
I don't know.
It's it.
I don't even know. All right. Find out more about how to do that and all the other fun stuff on our website, bytemepodcast.com, bytemepodcast.com, and on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Byte Me Podcast.
You'll be very disappointed in Instagram.
I'm going to start posting more and more to it.
All right. Go.
I posted some.
Yeah. No, I saw it. It's good.
More. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Bye.